Previously on part 1 from Cryptic pregnancy to stolen baby sold inside a fertility clinic. Adora was injected with a serum that made her belly appear bloated, as if she were pregnant. On the very same night that Chica gave birth to her daughter, Adora experienced all the symptoms of labor. The baby was taken from Chica and handed to Adora, who had no idea about the arrangement. She truly believed that she had become pregnant after the injection. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and tell us where you're watching from. We love hearing from our viewers. Now, let's dive deeper into part 2 of the story, from Cryptic pregnancy to stolen baby sold inside a fertility clinic. Her baby was alive. Somewhere above. 2 women, 1 night. That night, Adora and Obina returned home with their newborn. Neighbors danced, drums echoed through the compound, and women ululated into the sky. Adora was radiant. She kissed the baby's forehead. "You'll never know hunger or pain," she whispered. "You are my proof that hope is real." But when the house grew quiet and everyone slept, Adora noticed something strange. The baby didn't share her dimples or Obina's birthmark. She brushed the thought aside. All babies change as they grow. Back at Grace Life, Dr. Azima walked through the silent halls, checking the records. A male doctor approached her. 2 girls died during delivery this week. The others are weak. Dispose of the bodies quietly, she replied. We can't risk attention now. He hesitated. And the new baby? Already delivered to the client, Azima said with finality. The cycle continues. For her, it was business, clean, efficient, lucrative. Each baby worth millions from desperate, wealthy couples seeking miracles. She looked out the window at the rising sun and whispered, almost fondly. Hope is the most expensive drug of all. Weeks later, Chica recovered slowly. But her eyes had changed, no longer the eyes of a victim, but of a survivor. She began observing the guards again, listening to every conversation. She learned that one of them, a new recruit named Emeka, had a kind heart. One afternoon, as he brought food, she whispered, "If you ever had a sister, would you let this happen to her?" He froze. His lips tightened. "Be silent. They'll hear you." "Just think about it," she said. "There's a child out there, my child. You can help me see her." The guard walked away, but that night, for the first time, he lingered by her door longer than usual. Hope, fragile but alive, returned to Chica's heart. Above ground, Adeora's life glowed. She was celebrated in her church. Reporters came to interview her about her divine miracle. She looked into the camera, smiling tearfully. When science and faith unite, she said, nothing is impossible. But far away, in a dark ward no one saw, a young woman lay awake whispering the same baby's name into the dark. Chidera? Mama's coming for you. 5 years passed. The house that once echoed with laughter had turned quiet again. Adora watched her daughter, Chidera, play in the courtyard, tracing shapes in the sand. The girl was beautiful, almond eyes, soft curls, but something about her always made Adora pause. The child looked nothing like her or Obina. Each year the difference grew more visible, like a secret refusing to stay buried. Obina noticed it too, though neither spoke aloud. He buried himself in work, spending nights away, while Adora clung to the illusion of peace. Then one afternoon, everything changed. Obina's car skidded off the Enugu Expressway. He was gone before help arrived. In the chaos that followed, Adora moved through days like a ghost. Family, pastors, neighbors, everyone came and went, offering condolences and casseroles. But the real storm began 2 weeks later when her late husband's brother visited with a lawyer. "Madam, for the estate processing, the court needs a DNA confirmation of paternity," he said politely. Adora nodded absently. "Of course. It's just a formality." But when the result came, her world ended again, silently, mercilessly. The report was clear. No biological relationship between the deceased and the child. Further analysis suggested no genetic link to Aurora either. She read it 3 times. Her mind refused to accept it. "It's a mistake," she whispered. Maybe they mixed the samples. But the truth clawed at her, sharp, undeniable. She drove straight to Grace Life Hospital that evening, her heart pounding like war drums. The building looked different now. The glass walls still shone, but something about the place felt hollow, haunted. She stormed past the receptionist. "I need to see Dr. Izima. Now." The nurse hesitated. "She's in surgery. Tell her Adora Yume is here, or I'll burn this place down." Minutes later, Izima appeared, composed as ever. "Adora," she said warmly. "What a surprise. How's little Chidera?" Adora slammed the DNA paper on her desk. "Explain this." Izima's smile faded slightly. She skimmed the paper, then looked up calmly. "These things happen. Lab errors. Don't lie to me." Adora snapped, her voice trembling. "Whose child did you give me?" For a moment, the mask slipped. Izima's eyes hardened. "You came here desperate, remember? You didn't ask how. You just wanted results. You tricked me." "We gave you motherhood," Izima replied coldly. "You should be thanking us." Adeora's hand shook as she pulled out her phone. "I'll go to the police." Izima chuckled softly. "And tell them what? That you paid for a child you can't prove isn't yours? Be careful, Mrs. Yume, gratitude looks better on you than scandal." Security escorted her out. But Adora was no longer the broken woman she'd once been. That night, she parked across the street and watched the hospital's lights flicker. Nurses came and went. A van loaded with crates left through the side gate at 1 a.m. Something was happening there still. She returned the next night with a flashlight and her late husband's old camera. When the last light went out, she sneaked through the back fence. The building seemed asleep, but as she descended a half-hidden staircase near the laundry wing, the air changed. Cold. Metallic. Silent. Her flashlight caught a sign on the wall. Wing B, restricted access. The door was locked, but the handle was loose. She pushed. It opened with a creak. Inside, the smell hit her, disinfectant, blood, and something rotting beneath. She moved quietly through the corridor. Rusted beds lined the walls. And then she saw it, a row of dusty photo frames left on a shelf, covered in cobwebs. Each frame showed a young woman, faces gaunt, eyes hollow, belly swollen. She picked one at random. A name was scrawled beneath in pen, Chicken Wafer. Adora froze. The face was hauntingly familiar. She had seen that same girl on a hospital poster years ago, advertising Grace Life scholarships. Her hands trembled as she took a photo with her phone. Suddenly, footsteps echoed behind her. She ducked into a corner. 2 nurses walked in, speaking in hushed tones. "They're moving the remaining girls tomorrow. The press is sniffing around." Dr. Izima said no loose ends. Adeora's pulse raced. She slipped back out silently and ran until she reached her car. That night, she couldn't sleep. She sat in the dark, staring at Chidera, this innocent child caught between 2 mothers. She whispered, "I'll find the truth, no matter what it costs." The next day, she called a friend who worked in the police force, Inspector Ochukwa. When she showed him the photos and told her story, he was silent for a long time. Finally, he said, "Madam Adora, I've heard whispers about that hospital. Missing girls. Fake fertility programs. But no one's ever had proof." She handed him the photo of Chica. "Now you do." That night, for the first time since her supposed miracle, Adora didn't pray for blessings. She prayed for justice. And somewhere in a quiet town miles away, a woman named Chica woke from a nightmare, her heart pounding, her spirit whispering that the truth was finally rising to the surface. The morning Grace Life fell was quieter than anyone expected. The sun rose timidly, as if afraid to shine on what would be revealed that day. By 9 a.m., the hospital gates were surrounded, journalists with cameras, angry families holding placards, and police trucks lined like judgment itself. The sign that once read *Grace Life Women's Hospital, where hope becomes life* now hung crooked, a crow perched on it like a bad omen. Inside, Dr. Izima paced her office, her white coat no longer a symbol of purity but a shroud of guilt. The knock came, firm, final. 2 detectives entered, followed by the woman whose courage had shattered her empire. Adora. She wasn't dressed like a patient anymore. Her eyes were clear. Her hands no longer trembled. There was no baby in her arms, just truth. "Doctor," Adora said softly, "you gave me hope, but it wasn't yours to give." Dr. Izima's lips trembled. "You don't understand, Mrs. Hume. These women, they begged for children. And those girls, they didn't even want the babies. Ionel. You sold motherhood," Adora cut in. "You took what wasn't yours. You played God." The room was silent. Even the wall clock seemed to pause. The detectives cuffed Dr. Izima without ceremony. Cameras flashed. Nurses wept. Somewhere, a baby cried, as if echoing the pain of every woman wronged under that roof. Weeks later, the headlines read, "Grace Life Hospital exposed, baby trafficking ring busted. Doctor arrested after DNA scandal breaks." The story shook the city. Influential clients vanished from public view. Politicians denied involvement. The young women, including Chica, were placed under protection, given counseling, and reunited with their families. As they walked away, the wind picked up, scattering dust over the old sign, erasing the last letters of Grace Life. From the ruins of deception, 2 women carried something stronger than motherhood, truth. And for the first time in years, Adora smiled without pain. Not because she had given birth, but because she had finally been reborn. What did you think about Adora and Chica's situation? Were you shocked by the clinic's secrets? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one.